This week on Premier League predictions, I have got my biggest hater.
Well, I won't watch like a Thogden video.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'm not Moroccan.
Now, it was a long list of people that we had to go through, and it is a certain YouTuber, someone who makes very familiar content. You can subscribe to his channel. We squashed the beef at a Mark Goldbridge football challenge yesterday.
We just did the Goldbridge challenge. There's a reason we're both paid to watch football. You know, that's all I'll say.
Who came up with the pink thing today anyway?
Well, all I know about today, happy birthday to you, 9-year anniversary. Not a birthday,
What? It's not a
anniversary.
birthday.
It's a 9-year anniversary of the YouTube channel. And if that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what does.
But the first game is Surfshark. Let's go straight to it. Wait, before we continue with this video, we need to talk about protecting you guys online, don't we, Dad?
We do, because we travel all over the world with
Yes.
this job. You were in Sweden at the weekend, we were in India for 2 weeks, and when we travel, my goodness, computers, laptops,
Even phones.
devices, iPads, the moment you switch them on, Theo, you're at risk, aren't you?
The way to protect yourself is using Surfshark VPN. It's the best place. It encrypts all your online information. Nobody can see what you search or do, and it's so good to have. When I'm abroad and I want to watch football, maybe in England, you can send yourself straight there using a VPN.
Yeah.
Straight to United Kingdom with a click of a finger. I do not need to board a flight, so it's brilliant. If you're a football lover like me and you also want to keep yourself online, use my link in the description. It's never been a better time to join, Dad. I'm going to give you guys 6 months additional completely for free using my code thogden on Surfshark VPN. It's an absolute brilliant deal. It's the best time ever to join.
With that 30-day money-back guarantee, if you don't like it, you can get out of it. You know I'm a big fan of Netflix and Black Mirror at the moment. Wherever I am in the world, I can watch the latest episode.
Surfshark VPN is the first link in the description. Go slap it. Remember my code, and I'll see you over there. Go protect yourself.
And the first game is Manchester City against Liverpool, first against second. This is a delicious encounter between
It's
two
gonna be
of the
fired
biggest teams in the world. Now, Manchester City, Theo, most of the talk has been about off the field. Everton got that 10-point deduction. Everyone is saying, why not City, why not Chelsea?
Yeah, big discussion and a massive game. It feels like a classic again between City and Liverpool. 2018 to 2022. This was first versus second. A 6-pointer, one that could even decide the title. And now there's only a 1-point difference in the table. I think we've got it back.
Now, Manchester City have won the last 23 games at their home ground, Theo, and Liverpool's record there is not so great. Last
No, it's
14,
not.
They've only won 1 and drawn 5.
Dad, 28 duels. Pep has won 11 of them. Klopp has won 12. So Klopp has a better record. But as you said, at the Etihad, I think Klopp has gone on a dry streak of 7 winless visits. However, City haven't beaten them back-to-back since 1937.
I think the odds on City win this one, Theo, because Liverpool are sensational at their home ground. They are genuine title contenders. Not quite as good on the road.
The problem with the draw is if both teams get 1 point, Arsenal, which have got an easy game later on in the day, and they probably will, get 3 points, they go top of the league. 23-game winning streak, Etihad. That is stats you cannot ignore. And you know, if they get one more win, they break the record that Sunderland set in 1892. Like, if you're a Sunderland fan, I want to see you in the comments, because you've set that record, and City could beat it against Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool. Last time out, they beat Brentford 3-0, Dad. That was a real dominant performance, wasn't it?
It was, Theo. Mo Salah got a couple, Jota got another one. That was a really good game. I think there was 33 shots there, of which 16 came from Brentford. So don't overlook the defensive side to Liverpool's
It's a very good point, but the problem is they come to the Etihad not having won since 2015. I was 14 years old.
It's going to be a classic.
Let's get to our prediction.
It's going to be 2-1 to Man City.
You think City are going to beat Liverpool, Dad?
And
Have you seen Liverpool recently? They're coming back. My prediction, Manchester City will score twice. Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne off the bench, if he's back. And Liverpool, Luis Diaz, last-minute equaliser. Remember I said that's going to happen. 2-2.
Hello. I came on predictions once and did terribly. We're going to start off with Man City, Liverpool. I think 2-2.
Sheffield United in 18th against AFC Bournemouth in 16th. And for me, this is just as important, Theo, as Man City against Liverpool.
What?
And this is two teams
lost the plot.
who've got a run of mini form, isn't it, Theo, man? Sheffield United, 4 points in 2 games. They're bouncing back.
Bottom is back, Thog Dad. Cameron Archer on fire. Your defence is probably not that terrified because it's Cameron Archer. Blades, they've just beaten Gary O'Neill's side, and now they're playing Gary O'Neill's old team. Do you think with that record it's going to bring some juju magic to their form?
Well, Bournemouth, it's a funny one, Theo. They've got 2 wins in the last 3 games, and look at the table. If they get a win here, they're suddenly catching up to Crystal Palace
God,
and
they
Fulham
are.
and teams like that.
That deserves a like.
I'm interested to see how they approach this
Yes.
game because Bournemouth away from home, I think they've conceded 17 goals in 5 games.
And people laugh at me for saying this, but it's a really good point. International break, they have less players travelling than the top clubs. And they've got less South Americans, so they're going to be brilliant on that Saturday when the time comes round. Less people travelling. But Bournemouth, we can't ignore them, Dad. The Cherries just beat Newcastle 2-0. Dominic Solanke clinical, 2 goals. He's in my FPL, would love another.
And you know what? With predicting this result, I've been all over the place, so I've just gone for a boring 1-1 draw.
I'm also sitting on the fence for the first time with you, 1-1 draw.
Over to Thogden's biggest hater, I guess.
Sheffield United Bournemouth is interesting because they're both objectively terrible, but 3-0 Bournemouth.
Nottingham Forest against Brighton and Hove Albion 14th against 18th. Now Forest were very unlucky at the Olympic Stadium. I watched that game.
Very unlucky.
They played some really good football,
Oh, yeah.
but at home, Theo, 2 wins, 3 draws, no defeats. They're different there, aren't they?
I hope that they spent international break working on their set-piece defending, because when they went from 2-1 up to 3-2 down away at West Ham, even I was crying. That caught a tear to my eye. A little one drip on the left side of my earpiece. But you know what? It's fine. They had an international break, and as I said before, Forest hopefully had a few of the lads in the training ground with Steve Cooper perfecting what is going to be a great turnaround result at home. It's always at the City ground. But Dad, Brighton, 6 winless Premier League matches. De Zerbi, will he get the sack? Is it time for him to go? He's finished.
Well, they're falling apart a little bit. We saw the indiscipline, didn't we, last game week there with Dahoud being sent off. They're winless in 6 games.
Yep.
But the last 28 games, they've scored a goal.
João Pedro comes back from Brazil after what was a very poor debut. I'm sorry, Brighton fans. I know your GOAT got the Brazil call-up. Great for you. But Brazil lost to Colombia and they got done by Argentina, and the police were very heavy-handed and he did nothing, didn't get a goal or an assist. I'm going to say it's a Taiwo Awanoi masterclass. The Nigerian does not take prisoners. Nottingham Forest 2, Brighton 1.
I think this is going to be another draw. Brighton have become draw specialists. They've drawn 4 of the last
Yeah,
5.
I need 1-1.
This is going to be a 1-1.
You're a mug. Over to Ellis.
Nottingham Forest Brighton 2-1 Brighton.
And the next game is Burnley of Lancashire in 20th place against the champions of Europe. That can only be West Ham United. They're
Wait,
now
what?
Burnley's
Surely
record.
not.
They've lost the last 5 in the league. They've lost the last 8 at home, Theo. They've only scored 9 all season. It's a bit bleak, isn't it?
Vincent won't have much company in Burnley much longer because he's had 6 home Premier League matches and he's not won a single one of them. He needs to pick up a bloody point at home. Only team left after Everton's 10-point deduction. That's under them. 18 teams above them, 1 below, and it's Burnley. How can you... It's just how... That's embarrassing.
West Ham United, we've already talked about that excellent game against Nottingham Forest, but before that, they lost 3 in a row.
Oh, it
They're
just makes
hard
me
to
angry.
call, aren't they, West Ham?
Jared Bowen is, the top goal scorer list. It goes, you got your Mo Salahs, you got your Erling Haalands, and there's Jared Bowen with Heung-min Son. It's like he's right in the picture, but he won't play. My sources have told me, hold on, yeah, Jared Bowen and Antonio. West Ham have finished that.
But that says busty grandmothers.
No, what? The truth is, West Ham, we'll forget that, are on a 3-match losing run on the road. Burnley fans, fill out that ground, get a result. I genuinely think, it's my prediction, Burnley 1-0. Crooked neck football, Dicey style, first few points at home.
Very brave. I'm going Burnley 1, West Ham United 2.
I know you are because you're boring.
The problem is now with Burnley, it's not like the old Burnley where they sneak a win like Dicey. I think they sneak it 3-2. Very in an end-to-end game.
Luton Town against Crystal Palace Football Club. It's 17th against 13th. There is 2 teams who lost last weekend. Luton Town lost to Man United at Old Trafford. Didn't do too badly there, did
Dad,
they?
it's the Shat App, you can. Game. Rob Edwards, 1-year anniversary during international break. He must have, he called it a very difficult year, but they did get promotion.
Yeah.
Do you think he can survive another? Because I think they're more likely in 1 year's time to have Andrew Tate as their gaffer. But Luton Town are different. At home, they always stay competitive.
Yeah.
And even away at Manchester United, before the international break, it was only a 1-0 loss. They're fighting. They could have took a chance from that game. At Kenilworth Road, it's going to be very competitive, and I would not write them off.
Once again, it's going to be interesting to see how Crystal Palace line up and the way they approach this game, Theo. I actually think it's going to be quite tense and low scoring.
I think it will, yeah. They've only lost once in 7 games facing against the bottom half teams, and Roy will take no prisoners when it comes to winning matches. I think he'll win this. He'll edge it 2-1. Elise is going to cut in, score a screamer to score the winner. Watch it.
I kind of agree with you. Luton Town 0, Crystal Palace 1.
But don't write off LTFC. They will fight.
I'm going to go for a 1-1. Luton to pick up a point at Kenilworth. is what I think.
Newcastle United in 7th against Chelsea in 10th. The two big money teams of the division face off, don't they, Theo?
I'm
Now,
trying to keep my hands
Newcastle, the last 4 home games,
Go on.
they've won without conceding a goal. When was the last time somebody did that 5 times?
Liverpool.
No, the answer is 1907.
Oh, when? I look like an idiot now.
But talk to me about Newcastle United. Surely they're going to win this one.
No, they're not. Bruno Guimaraes lost his head against Argentina and got a red card, and he's going to be jet-lagged. Sandro Tonali's unavailable because he likes to stick a bet on. And then there's Barnes, Burn, Murphy, Wilson, all injured. And Trippier will probably have to go over to the fans because I think they're going to lose again. Chelsea look confident, they'll be ready. They're just on the back of a 4-4 draw against City. We've seen how they played. Chelsea impressed you, didn't they, Dad?
They're very, very impressive there. But I look at the historical record of Chelsea at Newcastle. They've lost 13 times at St James's. There's only 2 places where they've lost more, and that is Liverpool and Arsenal.
Let's talk about Cole Palmer. Because he's now going to fight for his position because Christopher Nkunku is back in the team. Get the blue balloons out, lads and lasses. This is his moment to impress.
I agree with most of what you said, Theo, but I'm going with this Newcastle record of not conceding goals recently at home. I'm going Newcastle United 1, Chelsea 0.
I'm going to put a lot on the line here with my prediction because I'll probably get me Newcastle 0, Chelsea 2.
I think Newcastle, hearing them potentially calling on Eddie Howe is interesting to me because they shouldn't be. 1-0 Chelsea.
Brentford against Arsenal. Now it's 11th against 3rd. It's
Yes.
West London against North London, Theo. Now everyone knows about Brentford's wonderful record in London derbies, don't they, Theo? They haven't lost in the last 14 games, but Arsenal's record in London derbies is even better.
It's even better, isn't it, Thog Dad? 14 Premier League derbies unbeaten for Brentford. Do you know how ridiculous that is with the big clubs within that city? And we can't forget, though, Dad, the Bees beat Arsenal on their Premier League debut. That only just happened in August 2021. That is a game we won't forget. We've said this earlier. City Liverpool, which I predicted a draw, so it's going to happen because obviously I'm a genius. If Arsenal win this game, they can go top of the league.
It's massive, Theo, but this will not be an easy task. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to get straight to it. Brentford 0, Arsenal 1.
You mug! Saka's going to score. Arsenal should come out there all guns blazing.
Over to Ellis, the Leeds fan from Norwich.
Brentford Arsenal, 2-0 Arsenal.
Tottenham Hotspur against Aston Villa is 4th against 5th. One of the games of the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But what is happening to Spurs, Theo?
No,
They've
no.
gone all Spursy all of a sudden.
2 games. Dad, they've gone 2 games without a win. Now, and not even draws, two losses in a row. Villa, okay, they're on fire. They're looking good. Do you know what? Tottenham have more of a chance of getting 3 points in this game than I do of keeping you in 2024 on this channel. This is the truth. Tottenham have finished, Dad. Maddison injured. Van der Ven injured. Bissouma suspended. Romero suspended. Richarlison injured. It's looking finished for them again.
I think this game is going to be close. I think it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to go Spurs 2,
No.
Villa 1.
No, you got that all wrong. Spurs are not winning. Villa are. Ollie Watkins is on fire. He's got 4 goals in the last 6 Villa matches. Diaby, who's in my FPL team, so please score in this game. But Tottenham, defensively, I don't know what the tactic is. What has Ange Postecoglou put in the mixer for them over international break? We will find out because I'm sure it's something mad. But I honestly think Spurs are going to lose this. It's going to be an away limbs 1-2 to Villa.
Tottenham Aston Villa, 2 decent starts to the season. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Spurs.
Everton against Manchester United, now 19th against 6th. It's a Lancashire derby thing. But what can we say about Everton? 10 points in the last 5 games. And then the bosses come along and take them all away.
I've made a full video on this. I'm not going to go into it now, but go watch it on the channel. I've had a lot of feedback from Everton fans saying that really appreciate that I've made the details and made it accurate. It's an absolute disgrace. There's no consistency right now in the Premier League. Manchester City, over 100 breaches. Nothing's happened to them. And as soon as Everton cause a little problem, which they made back in 2021 because of construction costs and their revenues, all of a sudden it's the end of the world. Coming into this game, there'll be no surprises, and when the players walk out, there'll be a few boos.
I think there's going to be a few banners, Theo, and quite rightly, because this financial fair play, can you claim to understand it?
No, it's
I
not
don't,
fair.
Theo. I don't. I'm a qualified
It's not fair on
accountant. You know what I mean? I
FFP
don't understand
is
it.
made up. But the truth is, Dad, having said all that, this is the form match of the table. It's 6th versus 1st in the last 5 games. Everton are flying despite the 10
Well,
points.
they're flying, but psychologically, Theo, you go out, you beat Crystal Palace, you work hard, you get 3 points, and then
taken
boom,
straight off
they're
you.
taken away
3x.
by men in suits, Theo, who are not doing the same for Chelsea, who are not doing the same for Manchester
Everton
City.
have been caught by the Matrix, and I really hope they go out there and beat Manchester United.
The Ghanaian politician who jokes about Harry Maguire has apologised to
He's had to
Maguire.
apologise, and rightly so. Maguire is being disrespected by multimedia outlets, and I think we need to lay off him because he's actually been pretty good. On to my prediction. I think Everton will give it everything on the pitch. 2-2.
I think this is going to be a very low-scoring, tight, tense game. I think it's going to be 0-0 for about 80 minutes, and then someone obvious like Scott McTominay is going to get the winner. 1-0 to Man United.
It'd be a great away day for United fans if that did happen. But away days, what do you think?
Everton, just off the back of the points deduction, they're going to be really riled up and flying from that. Man U are also somehow the most informed team in the country, even though they're terrible. 0-0.
And finally, Fulham in 15th against Wolverhampton Wanderers in 12th. This is a genuine mid-table clash, isn't it, Theo? Hard to call. Fulham. Raul Jimenez, Theo. He used to be Wolves. He's now Fulham. Got a goal last week.
He did, and that's an important moment for him. If he can score against Wolves, I don't think he'll celebrate. There is a respect between the two of them. The Mexican, has he got a few more goals in him in the Premier League? I'm not too sure. Wouldn't put my money on it, that's for sure. But Marco Silva needs to turn around the form. Villa away, lost. United at home, lost. Doesn't look good. 1 win in the last 5, which was a cup game against Ipswich Town. Don't get me wrong, Ippy are a good side, but bloody hell, it's not looking great for you, lad. Gary O'Neill is getting all the pundits praise because he's showing his tactics in training ground, and he's going out and doing the same thing on the pitch, and they're going and get the wins, dog dad.
What the
Gary
hell
O'Neill,
accent was that?
Gary O'Neill is a Bolton legend.
So if
and
he's
I
a
like
Bolton
him.
legend, do a Bolton accent.
I celebrated when Wolves beat Tottenham 2-1 last minute. I celebrated that for Gary.
Well, I'll tell you what, Theo. Wolverhampton Wanderers, brilliant late winner against Spurs. You were celebrating because you got the score right.
Because I got the score right.
Thing about Wolves, though, Theo, it might surprise some people. They've scored in the last 11 Premier League games.
That's a cracking fact, Thogden. Hwanky Chan, what a player he is. He's in my old fantasy team, lad. But I'm going to sit on the fence here. 1-1 draw.
Right, let's bring this to an end. 1-1 draw.
Over to Ellis.
Fulham Wolves, finally. What a way to end the weekend that is. 1-0 Fulham. There you go. Thank you so much for giving me predictions, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself. Some of them scorelines, or even saying them out loud. Hopefully they do well. I don't know.
Unreal though, what a legend to have. The main man himself. His videos recently have been incredible. He travels all over the globe. Maybe the one person who travels with content more than me. So subscribe to his channel. No more beef, only love in this community. Thogdad, stop copying my outfits. Congratulations, guys, for watching us for 9 years. I want to know in the comments below which video did you watch me first on. It's a nice time to look back and enjoy the weekend. Have a good one. Up the Bolton. We're beating the bloody Exeter Mugs. I love the Exeter fans, though. All the best. Goodbye.